When I think of Star Wars, of course, I have to pay attention to the fact that it has the word war in it. Star Wars. And that means there's conflict. But now we're getting information out of the Acolyte, the highly contentious show that some people don't believe is coming, but guess what it is? Well, the people behind it now say, not only are there no wars in this show about Star Wars, but there's no guns either. All right, folks, welcome back. We have quite the video for you today. It's kind of unbelievable, yet here it is. It's in the print. It's in the media. Yes, the Acolyte, the $250 million show coming to Disney Plus next year, which was just shot in England at their very brand new production studios. Well, it doesn't have any blasters. It doesn't have any guns, no laser beams, nothing fun like that. No, they're very proud of their lightsabers, but they don't want to use guns. Guns, they're bad. And you know, we can understand why some people feel that way for sure, but if you're going to do a show about Star Wars, well, that seems a little difficult to do if you don't have weapons. Why, who am I to judge the genius of Leslie Headland, former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein? Who am I to judge Lucasfilm and all of their wisdom in bringing that individual forth to usher in a new era of star peace? I'll tell you one thing that I can recommend to all of you, though, out there. If you have not yet subscribed to That Park Place, well, you should consider doing so. We're launching a new channel called That Park Place, where you're going to find many of your favorite content creators right there, right here. We're excited to bring it to you. Also, www.thatparkplace.com. Check it out. Let's dive now into the conversation that we had on the Pro Show about this crazy, loony story. There are no guns in the Acolyte. Tom, what would you say if I said that I have a story about Star Wars that is breaking at this moment, which is way dumber than anything you just brought up? And will leave us all in disbelief. Diving into a brand new story out of EW, Entertainment Weekly, just coming out today. It says Star Wars series The Acolyte will feature a lack of guns. This comes on the heels of the series being said that it's not Star Wars because there's no war during the time of The Acolyte. This by Dalton Ross. It says the stars of the Disney Plus show say their lightsaber battles could be even better than that epic Phantom Menace melee. But the big news here is no guns. When it comes to Star Wars projects on either the big screen or small, The Acolyte, which will be coming to Disney Plus in 2024, promises to stand out in several ways. Not only is it the most diverse franchise project ever, and not only is it a Star Wars show with no war in it, but you got to wonder, like, are they trying to make us not want to see the film? Or the show, I don't know. But the most intimate individual battles hope to set the bar for action sequences taking place in a galaxy far, far away. Basically, folks, it goes on to talk about how they will have lightsabers. There's going to be some fun in it. They're big time excited, but no guns. Their co-star Barnett goes even further when comparing the fight scenes of the Acolyte to the Phantom Menace melee. I will say, too, not to shade, but we have a lot more tangible physical moves than I saw in that fight. As BA as it is, there's a lot more grounded work that goes into our stunt training and our stunt performances. No. So there you go. They're saying it's going to be better than Phantom Menace.
I mean, they've got a Wookiee in here. That Wookiee better have a lightsaber or better be ripping the arms out of people's pockets.
Are you actually planning on having any wars in your Star Wars movies?
Well, no guns and no wars.
At the risk of being a cocky, arrogant a-hole, I own 27 lightsabers, and
He's got them all. That's why.
And I'm probably I'm undefeated in lightsaber duels at random conferences and events for the last 3 decades. So I am making Iron Man right now on this show. I hereby challenge anyone on the Acolyte to a lightsaber duel with Mike the Mexican Iron Man.
Mike, it's not considered a duel if you have all 3 generations of your family living in your house ganging up on your opponent.
Hey,
and Mike, I've got great news about your collections.
Don't judge my strategies.
Mike, the great news about your collections is you already own all of the guns from the Acolyte. You already have them all because there are none. So there you go, folks. It's not a war on the Acolyte. There's no guns. There's just lightsaber battles, and they're going to be better than the Phantom Menace because everybody loves that movie.
This is the weirdest Star Wars show that I could have ever imagined. I mean, Clone Wars has episodes that have a bunch of droids going out to do droid squad missions, and this one sounds stranger than any of it. You got no.
We don't
wars.
need lasers where we're going.
You've got no blasters, which blasters are a pretty essential part of Star Wars. I mean,
that's awesome, Mike.
Almost as much as lightsabers. Did you get that from a Six-Fingered Man?
I had this custom. This was the rapier from. I can't remember who made this one. This is a third party. It's all metal.
Sure.
It's all
very nice.
It's all steel and aluminum.
Was the man's name Montoya? Perhaps with a son named Inigo
now
Montoya?
He told you we're gonna die.
And was he right or left-handed?
I just imagine someone breaking into Mike's house and laughing at him, that he's going to hit him with a toy. Then he nails him with that metal piece right there.
This is all machine steel. This is like steel and aluminum tilt. It's no joke.
Kill him with the hilt. Kill him with the hilt.
I love that they make this claim of we're going to have better looking fight choreography in Acolyte than was in the prequel trilogy. I'd say I'll believe it when I see it, but I have no intentions of watching this, so I don't actually care. I will say, though, so far, nothing in Disney Star Wars has had anything that resembles fight choreography. It's a lot of quick cuts and lazy swinging of the lightsabers. There's no fight choreography to speak of.
Did anybody here watch the breakdown of the Rey Kylo Ren fight in the throne room and how bad the choreography was?
Where they literally
people are just falling down and flipping for no reason.
Right, they're idling this stuntman thing where they're literally moving their arms so it looks like they're doing something, or the fact that she holds onto a guy and they literally CGI his arm out of the shot so it's not so obvious that he can't just like stab her in the head.
Well, all I can say is I hope they brought that same person back for the choreography on the Acolyte, now with no pew-pews, because I cannot wait to see even more of that spectacularly terrible choreography.
For the budget that we're getting indications from the Acolyte that is going to have a huge budget and 8 episodes, and they spent money on an intimacy coordinator, so that's going to be in at least 7 of those 8 episodes. They don't have time for war. They don't have time for blasters, and
make love, not Star Wars craft.
This is going to be a pivotal moment in Star Wars. It needs to be a turn towards something good, please, or it's going to be the absolute end of the franchise.
I just imagine that every episode has no guns because it's just giant makeout sessions. That's it's the Leslie Headland way. So there you go. It's on Disney Plus. It can't go farther than that. For those
that's true. That's true. Nobody's
going to go.
That is good. The one saving grace is that maybe no one will watch it. By the way, one thing I left out of that Secret Invasion review, when what's her name, Gia, Emilia Clarke's character, fights, she gets a Drax arm, and it's a big, beefy Trogdor arm just hanging off her tiny little frame. It is the most hilariously awkward thing. The CGI on that does not the money that they paid for the CGI on that show does not show up on screen.
All right, folks, that's a wrap on the conversation for today. Thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoy content like this where we expose the zany craziness of Hollywood, well, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, and when you click it, you do stick it to the algorithms. You know what it is. It's the notification bell. The conversation here comes to a close, but the commentary, that begins, and it's you. We care about your thoughts. Please drop a comment down below and let us know what you think. If you've not yet bookmarked thatparkplace.com, you might want to consider doing so. We are building a platform for all of your favorite content creators so that you have a place to find us no matter what happens with this crazy world, with YouTube, with Rumble, with Twitter. Is it X? I don't know. But whatever happens, thatparkplace.com will be your place to find us all. All right, folks, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.